When FIFA announced that the 2026 World Cup would become the largest edition in history, featuring 48 teams, 104 matches, and 3 host nations, many people imagined an unprecedented football celebration. However, as the opening day gets closer, more and more controversies continue to emerge. The issues are no longer just about football itself, but also ticket prices that have angered fans, threats of protests, immigration concerns, allegations of ticket sales manipulation, and fears of extreme weather conditions that could put players at risk on the field. What makes the situation even more fascinating is that some of these controversies are no longer just rumors. Several have already triggered government investigations, protests from human rights organizations, and even threats of labor strikes at stadiums scheduled to host World Cup matches. On social media, many fans have begun calling the 2026 World Cup the most controversial tournament since Qatar 2022. So, what exactly are the issues overshadowing the biggest football tournament on the planet? In this video, we're going to take a look at the major controversies surrounding the 2026 World Cup. Let's begin. The ticket price scandal and accusations of FIFA manipulating the market. The biggest controversy leading up to the 2026 World Cup is the ticket pricing, which many fans consider outrageous. FIFA has adopted a demand-based pricing system, also known as dynamic pricing, which causes ticket prices to fluctuate according to market demand. As a result, tickets that initially appear affordable can skyrocket several times in price within just a few hours. Many supporters were stunned when tickets that were originally expected to cost only a few dozen dollars suddenly increased to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Tickets for the final have reportedly reached more than $11,000 in certain categories. Criticism has come from all directions, including American politicians, supporters groups, and even football players who believe the prices are far too expensive for ordinary fans. FIFA has continued to defend the policy, arguing that it simply reflects market demand and the tournament's enormous global appeal. The controversy became even bigger after the attorneys general of New York and New Jersey officially launched investigations into FIFA over allegations of misleading pricing practices. The investigation focuses on accusations of artificial scarcity, changes to seating maps, and non-transparent price increases. Some reports even claim that FIFA allegedly withheld thousands of seats before releasing them closer to the tournament, creating the impression that tickets were nearly sold out in order to push prices higher. FIFA has denied manipulating the market, but the fact that government authorities became involved has turned this into one of the biggest ticketing controversies in World Cup history. Ticketing chaos, system errors, and furious fans. The ticket controversy does not end with high prices. Just days before the tournament, FIFA faced another wave of criticism after its ticketing system experienced significant technical issues. Around 60 people reportedly managed to obtain free tickets due to a system error during the payment process. At first, buyers believed they had benefited from a promotion or an extraordinary stroke of luck. However, FIFA later sent emails informing them that the transactions had been canceled and that they would need to pay again if they wished to keep their seats. Many fans were outraged because they felt the mistake was FIFA's responsibility, yet the consequences were being passed on to the customers. The incident quickly went viral and became a major topic of criticism across international media. At the same time, additional reports emerged regarding the cancellation of legitimately purchased tickets due to pricing errors within FIFA's system. Some supporters claimed they received cancellation notices only days before departing for North America. The situation sparked conspiracy theories suggesting that FIFA was not truly prepared to handle the largest ticket sales operation in World Cup history. While there is no evidence that the mistakes were intentional, the combination of soaring prices, ticket cancellations, and technical failures has significantly damaged the confidence many fans have in FIFA's ticketing process. Supporters have increasingly questioned how an organization as large as FIFA could still be facing such basic technical problems ahead of its biggest tournament. Immigration issues, politics, and fears surrounding ICE. Unlike most football-related controversies, one of the biggest issues surrounding the 2026 World Cup actually stems from domestic politics in the United States. Several human rights organizations have expressed concerns that increasingly strict immigration policies could discourage some international fans from attending the tournament. The No ICE in the Cup campaign has even appeared in several host cities. These organizations argue that the presence of immigration enforcement officers and fears of detention or additional scrutiny could create an uncomfortable atmosphere for millions of visitors traveling from around the world. Advocacy groups have already begun establishing legal assistance networks, information centers, and protection programs for migrant communities living in host cities. These concerns have grown even stronger because immigration remains one of the most sensitive political issues in the United States. Some reports suggest that certain supporters are considering staying in Canada or Mexico and only entering the United States on match days. Although both FIFA and government officials have repeatedly assured the public that participating teams and official supporters will be welcomed, concerns remain. For many observers, this is one of the first times in recent history that a host nation's domestic political issues have become almost as significant a topic of discussion as the football itself. If not handled carefully, this controversy could create a negative image that overshadows the tournament as a whole. Threats of labor strikes, social protests, and criticism of FIFA. Another controversy comes from the workers directly involved in stadium operations. Ahead of the opening matches, more than 2,000 workers at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles voted to authorize a potential strike. They are demanding a new labor agreement and raising concerns about worker welfare and employment conditions. The issue is considered particularly serious because FIFA enforces strict security standards, and all stadium personnel must undergo extensive verification procedures. If a strike were to occur, replacing trained workers at short notice would be extremely difficult. The possibility has raised concerns about the smooth operation of matches at one of the tournament's most important venues. In Mexico, criticism of the World Cup has also taken the form of social demonstrations. Several protests have targeted World Cup promotional installations and symbols. Protesters argue that governments are focusing too heavily on a global sporting event, while many social and economic problems remain unresolved. International labor organizations have also questioned the transparency of stadium renovation projects and the protection of workers involved in those projects. Although the controversy has not yet reached the scale of the criticism surrounding Qatar 2022, it once again highlights long-standing questions about the social and economic impact of FIFA tournaments on host communities. Playing surfaces, extreme weather, and the biggest conspiracy theories. Beyond ticketing and politics, there are also serious concerns regarding the technical aspects of the tournament itself. Many stadiums in the United States were originally designed for the NFL and feature field characteristics that differ significantly from those required for international football. FIFA has been forced to implement various modifications, including the installation of natural grass surfaces in several venues. Some field experts have questioned whether the quality of the grass can remain consistent throughout the tournament. At the same time, academic studies and scientific reports have warned about the risk of extreme heat in several host cities. Some experts have even suggested that weather conditions in certain locations could be more challenging than those experienced during Qatar 2022, which was already heavily criticized because of climate-related concerns. FIFA has responded by planning mandatory hydration breaks in order to reduce risks to players. These circumstances have fueled numerous conspiracy theories among fans. Some believe FIFA intentionally withheld tickets to create artificial scarcity. Others claim that FIFA feared stadiums would not be full and therefore released additional seats closer to the tournament. More elaborate theories even suggest that certain FIFA decisions are influenced by larger political and business interests. To date, there is no strong evidence supporting most of these claims. However, the fact that so many supporters are willing to believe them reveals something important. Public trust in FIFA is facing a significant test. When a tournament has not even started yet but is already surrounded by suspicion, the controversy itself becomes part of the story of the 2026 World Cup. The 2026 World Cup is supposed to be the greatest celebration in football history. Yet as kickoff approaches, much of the attention has shifted toward exploding ticket prices, legal investigations, immigration concerns, labor strike threats, and fears surrounding extreme weather conditions. Some of these issues may fade once the ball starts rolling, but others could remain major headlines throughout the tournament. If FIFA successfully addresses these challenges, the 2026 World Cup could be remembered as the most spectacular tournament tournament ever held. However, if these controversies continue to grow, the competition may be remembered not only for its goals and unforgettable moments, but also for the drama that surrounded it long before the first whistle was blown. So, in your opinion, which controversy is the most concerning ahead of the 2026 World Cup? Is it the ticket prices that many fans believe are outrageous? The immigration and political issues in the United States? The threat of stadium worker strikes? Or perhaps the theory that FIFA intentionally created a shortage of tickets? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more exciting football content in the future.